Jonathan Sutera, your Director of Instruction here at Bonita Bay. I just wanted to talk to you today about some common themes that people talk to me about on a regular basis. Let's see if maybe you are one of those persons that might have approached me on this topic as well. Have you been accused of swinging with all arms, or swinging over the top, or I always have an outside to in downswing path? So that's kind of something that I hear often. Swinging with all arms, and often it's brought into the conversation with over the top and an outside in path. So I first want to identify and tell you each the difference between an outside in path and the difference between an over the top. They're not always the same thing. They can be directing the club in the same direction, but it's not always for the same reason. So for instance, when a golfer gets set, they get to the top of their backswing, and over the top is when they have the club swinging out in front of them. There goes the body, and then the club swings to the left. So that would be a true over the top. If I have an alignment rod here on the ground, that's when your hands and arms go out in front and cut across the alignment rod that's on the ground. So that would be an over the top. The other thing that is also brought into that conversation is it looks like you're swinging with all arms. So what happens is golfers get told that, and then they start thinking, well, if I'm swinging with all arms, I better get my body more involved. So they start unwinding their body more, which now presents the arms out in front. And from the outsider looking in, it looks like that golfer is swinging with all arms. And so the reality is, when we get here and we start with our hips and torso and we start unwinding our body too early, now that brings the hands and arms out in front of our body, and then we swing left or cut across it. And now that leads to the outside to in downswing path, or otherwise known as the over the top. Now, another idea behind the path that swings left, it's not always the outside to in being an over the top, or let's say the body first. Sometimes it's just where we are in ball position. Sometimes if I'm making contact from back here on this foot, my club will be exiting back to the left in the progression of the golf swing. So that can lead to a striking the golf ball with a path that's swinging to the left. So we're here in the Golf Academy. By the way, thank you so much. This has been great. And on mornings like these last few mornings, as being really chilly, today I think it was 45 degrees. Oh man, the worst part was recognizing I have to move further south to get in warmer weather. No, not planning on going anywhere. What we've got in this nice Academy building is we have the ability to put the garage door down and keep the heat in, so we don't have to actually freeze when we're learning. And sometimes people say, well, I like to see my ball flight, but I want you to know that when we hit in our academy here, using our technology, we can tell when your ball is curving to the right. You can see a slice. When your ball is curving to the left, we can see it when it's curving left with a hook. Or if your ball is going nice and straight, we can actually see on the monitors exactly what your ball is doing. So you're not in a place where you're going to be inhibited to learn in this environment. So it's exciting, you can stay comfortable, and we can still progress in your golf swing. So for your golf swing, if we want to see that club come through nice and straight, if we start to unwind our body first, we're going to have a problem with seeing that ball go straight. So I often like to tell golfers, when you're making your transfer into the left side, kind of moving into your left side, feel like the arms and club are able to work down that right leg for a right-handed golfer. And all of a sudden, you're going to see your club come through so much straighter. So unwind the body, the hands and arms come out in front of us. There's your over the top. And there's the picture where people say you're swinging with all arms. So if we're going to swing with all arms, let's go ahead and do it. Let's feel like the arms and club head are working down first. And then you can go ahead and swing through to the finish. And all of a sudden, you're going to find much better progress in your improvements. There it is. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. Let's get you out of the over the top. Let's get you out of the outside in path. Let's get you out of the swinging with all arms mindset, and let's help you improve your golf game. If you have some questions, feel free to contact me, and I'll look forward to working with you and helping you improve. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.